Today we're making anamorphic movie magic. There are all kinds of iPhone lens adapters on the market today, but there's really only one that'll give your footage that nice organic cinematic feel, and that's the Moondog Labs Anamorphic Adapter. So we'll start off here with a quick unboxing. Pretty simple stuff, basic packaging, some real simple instructions, not a lot of detail there. Check out their website for more info. The actual adapter is strong, it feels heavy in your hand, it feels well built. There's a nice lens cap on there. Again, solid construction. And then there's also a little soft pouch to protect it. I wouldn't say it's great protection, but it's good enough. We're using the 37mm threaded version on a Helium Core rig. They also make a clip-on. This one will also work with the Beast grip. We like the screw-on, it just feels sturdier. We like to pair our adapter with FiLMiC Pro, our favorite filmmaking app by far. It has the connections already in the app. You just simply select it and it'll make it the aspect ratio that's required. Also, we like to leave the preview only button unchecked. That way the files come out and they're already de-squeezed for you. It's really that simple. Set it up and then you start shooting. Here we did some comparisons between actual 2K anamorphic and 16:9 traditional shot stuff. You can see the difference there. You get a lot more width, obviously, on the anamorphic footage. Here's another sample. The anamorphic, you're going to see a lot more of the table. Obviously a more cinematic look. One interesting thing to note too is there's a coating on the lens that makes it a little richer. We have not color corrected this footage at all. This is straight out of the camera. And here's a third little scene. Again, showing the width. You see a lot more of the set there with the anamorphic versus the 16:9. So what do we like? Well, we like the widescreen look, obviously. It makes it look like a movie. We actually shot a movie, Casey's favorite song, on this, and we probably wouldn't have done it in the past, an actual true narrative. But with this adapter, not only does it give it that widescreen look, it also gives it that a little more of an organic feel. It takes the edge off. We like flares. We haven't really showed much about the flares, but it's kind of cool to be able to get flares using this anamorphic adapter. That's the big thing when you're watching a Hollywood movie, a Michael Bay movie, is the flares. It's easy to use. Add it to any number of different rigs out there or clip it on your phone, and boom, you're making footage that looks like it's right out of a movie. And speaking of movies, you pair this with FiLMiC Pro and use their log option, their log profile, or their flat profile, or even the natural profile. Those are an optional update to the app, and you really can make cinematic looking footage. The only dislike we had is our particular unit that we received had a very small scratch on it, and we contacted them regarding replacing it and actually never heard back. So we know they're a small company. It wasn't a big deal in the end because it doesn't even show up in the footage. So maybe there is a small quality control issue, but really we think this is a great product and highly recommend it. This is really more of a niche product. I would say it's geared towards filmmakers, indie filmmakers, YouTubers to a degree. Probably not so much unless you're making narrative stuff. Journalists wouldn't need this, neither would the average person making home movies, that kind of thing, unless you wanted it to look cinematic or like widescreen cinema. Again, it's geared towards filmmakers, whether that's indie filmmakers, students, even professional filmmakers, depending on the use. Don't forget the accessories, and this one's pretty important. It's from Moondog Labs, and it is an ND filter that screws on to the actual anamorphic adapter. The iPhone, you cannot easily adjust the exposure. It's a fixed exposure. And so you do it through shutter or ND filter or ISO, but you really don't want to mess with that. You just want to keep that as low as possible. So get this ND filter to help you in bright light scenarios. If you're serious about making your iPhone footage look more cinematic, definitely use FiLMiC Pro and their log or flat profile and pair it with an anamorphic adapter from Moondog Labs. You'll be on your way to making anamorphic iPhone movie magic.